Hello everyone. I've got two parcels of records to open today. One of which is just one single record, and the second of which is potentially quite an interesting one. It contains what looks to be a couple of beaters, so I'll just put those to one side. I won't waste your time with those. But there's a few more that are quite intriguing for a number of different reasons. So let's just set the camera up and we'll take a look. So just to be clear with this first one, it's not a mega rarity by any means, and so the interest here is very much going to be the condition of it. I haven't paid a whole lot for it. I think 15 quid, including postage. Because it looked like it was probably a pretty nice copy. We're about to find out. So it's quite nicely packaged. Okay, so here we have a copy of Let It Be. And the sleeve looks really nice, doesn't it? According to Discogs, this is an export copy because of on the domestic copies you would expect to see an apple there rather than the Parlophone box logo. Yeah, this is certainly looking like a good copy. So it's YEX 773-4 on side A. I don't think that's a first pressing. I think it's an early reissue. It says HTM on the run out there, so it was pressed by Harry Moss. That's a very, very nice record indeed. Yeah, that I think you can quite easily say that is near mint copy. 774-5 on side B. That's really nice. Happy enough with that, so we're off to a good start. So this next parcel, this is the main event really. So there are a lot of records in here. I think 12 or 13, of which I think maybe 6 or 7 I'm going to show you, because like I say, they're not all terribly interesting. Okay, so let me just sift out the ones that I'm not that arsed about showing you. That I'm not going to show you. There's a couple of compilations, and like I said earlier, a couple of betas that honestly they're not that interesting. So okay, so let's start off with this one then. So it's another copy of Let It Be, and you will see what I mean about the logo on the back there. So the sleeve looks pretty good. A little bit of foxing there, and yeah, that's just going to come off a coffee stain or something. That's fine. I don't think that's an original inner sleeve. So it's YEX773-3U on side A. It's an okay copy. Bit of a mark there. Needs a clean. Yeah, that'll clean up okay. I'm going to dance across that one a little bit because it's not one of the more interesting ones. Next, let's look at a seemingly nice copy of Magical Mystery Tour. Okay, so colour booklets all present and correct. I think this is an American copy. Yeah, okay. So it's an American Apple label copy. Looks pretty nice actually. There's the other side. Yeah, not terribly well sought after, but that is a nice copy of a cool record. So that's good. Happy enough with that. Okay, so let's check this out. My previous video on a couple of different copies of Rubber Soul was by far and away my most watched video ever for some reason, so I'm glad you enjoyed that if you did. So the real interest here, as you've probably already guessed, is going to be condition and matrix. So, right, so condition wise it's looking good. There are some dirty marks on it, but they will definitely clean out. And that, brilliantly, is XEX579-1. So it's a sought after loud cut copy. Amazing stuff. And 580-1 on side B. And that is a pretty good copy of a very well sought after record. That'll clean up just nicely. Wow. Okay, that's brilliant. That record is worth, just for your reference, probably most of what I've paid for the whole parcel. So that is good. Okay, amazing scenes. Right, on to Beatles for Sale. It's a UK mono copy. Okay, so this doesn't have the original inner sleeve, but I do actually have a couple of spares. Okay, it's a little bit worn out, that. Oh, it really needs a clean. Okay, let's put that to one side. There we go. Hey Jude, compilation of non-album singles. Okay, again, it's an American copy. It's a bit like the Magical Mystery Tour I've just shown you. And that's in nice condition. Again, it needs a clean. It's a couple of sleeve removal lines there, but that shouldn't have too nasty an impact on playback. So again, a slightly sort of middling copy there. So here's where it gets intriguing. This is a mono copy of Sgt. Pepper. The sleeve's nice. Does it have the artwork? No, it doesn't. Okay, never mind. Again, it's slightly dull. It needs a clean. Okay. Spend less time on the less interesting records, I suppose. So here's Walls and Bridges. And it's got this sort of novelty sleeve. Oh, I don't know if I've ever had a copy of this. Okay, this is looking nice. So it's got some artwork there. And the record itself looks to be in good shape. Okay, that's a nice one. Lovely stuff. Okay, so this sleeve clearly needs a bit of a clean. Some attention needed there. It's number 526806. It's a stereo copy and it's a top loader, so that means it's quite an early one. Is there going to be any artwork? I suspect not. No, but it does have the original black inners, look, although for some reason the records aren't actually in it. Slightly worn out, to be completely honest, but it is an early copy. It doesn't have the EMI text there on the label, and it does there, interestingly. Let's have a look at the other disc. It should play alright, but it definitely needs a clean. They both need a clean. And again, no EMI text there or there. So that's quite unusual in that it's only got the EMI recording text on that label there. Okay. Right, so that's got a coffee stain on it, but that will come off. As you can see, this is an early sleeve variation of Abbey Road with the misaligned apple on it. So the stakes are high with the condition on this. Oh, that looks like a pretty good copy. YEX 749-2 on side A. Yeah, that's nice. It does need a clean, like all of them do. And we've got 750-1 on side B. Yeah, that's a good copy. So that, alongside Rubber Soul, is definitely worth more than I've paid for the whole lot, really. So that's great. And lastly, we have Yellow Submarine. So this is the last in my collection now. I've been trying to collect all of the studio albums, UK mono and stereo, early or first pressings, and so this is a mono copy of this. So this is actually the last one I need in that regard, so that's pretty cool. They've not been looked after all that well. Again, that should play fine, but it desperately needs a clean. It's got a couple of scuffs on it. Yeah. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, lovely stuff. That is it. So that was a longer video than usual. I hope you enjoyed looking at them. And if you did, then give us a thumbs up. and drop a comment in the comments box. Cheers everyone, bye.